What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Cover My Meals. Alright, so today we're going to dive right in and explain every single step on how to make the perfect steak, no matter what cut you're using. Alright, so the first step to cooking a great steak is going and getting one. So when you go to the butcher counter or you go to the grocery store or whatever, you look around and you see all these different cuts of meat, and sometimes it can be a little daunting if you don't know what you're looking at. So we are going to be doing another video here very soon talking about all the primal cuts of a cow. We may even dive into pork as well. Just to let you guys know like what to expect from a certain cut of meat, whether it's going to be more tender, more fatty, it's going to have some marbling, or if you're looking for a really lean cut. So today we're doing some New York strips. Those come off the top loin of the cow, and if you've ever seen a T-bone or a porterhouse, this is the lower section. It's the larger section with the big fat cap on it. Alright, so next topic of discussion is seasoning. A lot of people can mess this up. You're going to lose 30% of your seasoning as soon as it hits the pan, the grill, whatever it is. So I like to lay a little base layer of salt first, then throw that down on there. And you want to coat like every side. I mean, that looks like a lot of salt, but it's not, because you got to think you're penetrating on this, you know, it's almost a 2-inch steak. So you're only hitting the outside. You got to think about when that falls off, how much you really actually have on there. So that's one finished one. You do the same thing here. So we laid down a layer of salt. The only thing after that you need is pepper. Don't overthink this. You don't need to be putting cayenne pepper and all these crazy rubs on it. If you have like a flank where there's not a whole lot going on there, then that's fine. But when you have a nice cut of meat like a ribeye or a strip, don't overcomplicate it. So just throw a couple cracks on there. And another really important thing is bringing your steaks to room temperature for about 30 minutes before you even go and do whatever cooking operation you're going to do. Alright guys, so the next step is actually searing it. I've already preheated a pan. I've got it almost to smoking. The way that you know when your pan's hot enough is when you throw your oil in there. As soon as it starts to shimmer like that, see how it's doing its thing? That's when you know. And then I always throw a little tiny knob of butter in there. With the oil, it's not going to burn. You can go ahead and place your steaks in there. Another crucial point is to build your crust. You don't want to be moving them around and stuff. You'll be able to see on the steak when it's ready. It'll kind of just talk to you. So now that those steaks are out of the pan, they're over here resting on the cutting board. I'm going to talk to you guys about temping them. If you have a meat thermometer, that is awesome. If you do not have access to a meat thermometer and you want to, cook your steak to a nice medium rare or medium, and you don't know how to do that, I'm going to show you a little trick. So another thing to think about is how quickly the steak bounces back. These are nice medium rare right now, so if I push down on them, they slowly come back up. If you have a rare steak, it almost doesn't even come back up. It kind of leaves that depression in there. But the more cooked your steak is, the faster it's going to bounce back up. If you poke a well-done steak, it's going to feel like you're poking a bouncy ball. All right, what do meat and toast have in common, you might ask? The Maillard reaction. It's basically the sugars reacting to heat and creating deliciousness. Just like bourbon, butter, and bacon, brown in some circumstances when it comes to food is also really good. Alright, like I mentioned earlier, we are going to be doing a Primal Cuts video here very soon. So if that's something you have any interest in, just keep an eye out for it. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Alright, thanks for watching again, guys. See you next time.